And welcome back. This is part 2 of Nykaa's Pink Friday sale recommendation, and in this video we are going to see 69 makeup recommendations. I don't know why I feel so excited for giving makeup recommendations more than skincare and those kind of care things. I really love makeup things. Okay, so yeah, if you are landing on this video first, we already have a part 1 in which I have given 29 skincare recommendations. Okay, it's almost a bucket full of skincare recommendations. Okay, so that was a new bucket, so you don't really have to worry about the hygiene part. So yeah, if you want skincare recommendation, go to part 1. I'll link it over here, and if you want makeup recommendations, continue watching it. Now without any further ado, let's dive in. First category is going to be primer, and for that I do have 5 recommendations. One is, I can't consider it as a primer, but I'll be speaking about it now. Okay, first is blurring primer. If you have textures, you need to use a blurring primer. I do have 2 options here. One is for oily skin and one is for dry skin. For oily skin, I'll recommend this Inside 3-in-1 primer. It is a silicone based primer, blurs your textures and fine lines and everything. Okay, for dry skin, this is Prosh Silk Blur Primer. It's a moisturizing blurring primer, so perfect for dry skin. Okay, and next I have a primer that will help your makeup last longer by sticking your makeup onto your skin really well. Okay, this is e.l.f. Par Grip Primer. Mars Gripping Primer is a dupe for this. You can save up to 600 or 700 rupees if you opt for the Mars one, but that one is not available on Nykaa, so I'm recommending this one. Next is something strobing cream sort of a thing, something that will give you that illumination. I've tried this recently and I fall in love with this. This is Pilgrim's Illuminating Moisturizer. Although it says rosy glow, I mix it with my foundation. It provides that nice glistening effect on your skin. It doesn't look chunky or glittery on your skin. Extremely beautiful. I really love this. And the next product is Inside Radiance Filter. People usually use this under foundation. You can also use this as a highlighter. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm putting it in the category of primer. It is more of this halo glow filter and Hollywood flawless filter. It comes in that category. Okay, you need to apply it before your foundation. You will get that glow. It is the glow is not like your strobing cream or liquid highlighter sort of a glow. It's very subtle. It's more of like how you will look if you have that innately glowing skin. The finish is similar to that. Okay, it will make your makeup look nice and glowy without making it look greasy and oily. Okay, so I highly recommend this one. I have the shade Espresso. It comes in 6 or 7 or 8 different shades. Mine is the last darkest shade, but you can go 1 or 2 shades up and down because it doesn't really have coverage. It's just a highlighter. There's no coverage or whatsoever, so you can kind of go up and down with the shade. And the next category is foundation. I do have 3 recommendations for you all. The first one is Nykaa's All Day Matte Foundation in the shade 15 Chestnut. This is the perfect match for me. Okay, this is a neutral undertoned sort of a foundation. I really love using this. The way it sits on my face doesn't turn patchy, has good coverage, and it provides a natural finish. Also, although it says matte finish, it gives a natural finish. Okay, so a very good foundation. If you have a normal combination skin, you can go for it. If you have oily skin, Maybelline Fit Me Matte is the perfect one. And there is one more foundation from Revolution, their Super Matte Relove's Super Matte Foundation. It's also a very good foundation. My shade is 13.2, and the next one is e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is the one I tried very recently and I've fallen in love with it. Very light in weight, gives that nice skin like finish, and it lasts really well, but it does produce some oil. I will manage it with some paper, like blotting paper or powder. Feels so light in weight, and I really love this. Even now I'm wearing this one. I have the shade 53 Deep Neutral, which is little darker and warmer for me. I would prefer using 51 instead of this. I am yet to try it. Since I have this and other foundation, I did not buy another one. Okay, and the next foundation is from Rimmel London. It is their Lasting Finish Foundation in the shade 510 Cinnamon. Now I personally feel this is such a beautiful foundation and is extremely underrated. Has got high coverage. The coverage is pretty high. Okay, and the finish is dewy. A very beautiful foundation, lasts pretty well, like it lasts really long. So if you have any weddings to attend, or if you are looking to wear it for the entire day, this is the foundation to go for. And the next category we have is concealer. The first one here is the Recode one. It's their Ace of Base Concealer. I have the shade 12. I think it comes in a total of 13 shades. This one is slightly darker for me and also slightly cooler for me. My perfect match would be shade 11, which I may pick up in this sale. Okay, so yeah, this concealer settles down as a matte concealer, blends out very beautifully, has good coverage, like medium to high, somewhere in between, but the coverage is really good, perfect for oily skin people. And the next concealer is from PAC. It's their Takeover Concealer. I am in the shade Coffee Beans. It is slightly half a shade darker for me, so I use it to cover my pigmentation and everything. Okay, the consistency of this concealer is very thin, so if you are someone with fine lines and wrinkles, this is the perfect concealer for you. And the coverage is really good. I really love this concealer. It's one of my favorite. I cannot live without this concealer. And the next concealer is from Inside. It's their HD Matte Concealer. Again, if at all this concealer had my shade, I would have never thought about any other concealer. This is such a concealer with high coverage, and the way it blends out, the way it sits on your skin, even though it is slightly thick in texture, it doesn't really crease, and it also lasts really long. I have the shade Yemen 35. This is a highlighting shade for me. And the next concealer is from Revolution. It's their IRL Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer. Now if you are not lucky enough to get a shade here, you would definitely be lucky enough to find a shade here like I am. This is 13.2, a very similar shade to Wet n Wild's Dark Cocoa. If you know me, you would know this. I've been searching for a shade dupe of Wet n Wild Dark Cocoa because they stopped selling here in India. That was the perfect shade for me, and this is also a perfect match for my skin. Okay, this concealer is non-drying but settles down as a nice, not too matte, but sort of a soft matte finish. Okay, and it lasts very long, blends out very easily, doesn't really dry your under eyes or around your mouth. Okay, so a very good concealer to opt for. The coverage is also very good. Okay, and the next category is powder. My all-time favorite is Dazzler's loose powder, but that is not available on Nykaa. The other two availability is Inside Cosmetics Banana loose powder. This is a very good shade if you are near to my skin tone, like a banana shade. You can use it to set under your eyes. If you are someone who doesn't like to use a highlighting concealer, you can opt for a banana powder. Okay, and the other powder recommendation is from Mars. It's their Trend Setting loose powder. I have the shade, okay, I didn't close it properly. I have the shade Translucent and Banana. Translucent is more of this whitish shade. I don't prefer it that much for deep skin. I prefer banana powders, okay, because this is not that harsh, but that may give flashbacks and also may look little ashy. So if you are fair skin or dusky skin, then you can go for translucent, and if you are deep skin, then might as well banana is the best option. Okay, and compact powders, like you can see the situation of this compact powder because I've used it too much, so I am going to buy another compact. So this is my first recommendation. Fit Me in shade 330 is my first recommendation, but I heard that this particular shade is little bit lighter in the recent formulation. Okay, so if you are 2 to 3 shades lighter than me, you can go for this Fit Me 330. But if you are darker than that, then Nykaa All Day Matte is the perfect compact for us. Even I am going to place my order for this. I am in the shade Chestnut, which is 8th shade. Okay, so Nykaa All Day Matte, it is a very good powder. The reviews of that powder is very good, and I've also heard it from some of my friends that it is performing really good. That is my next recommendation. Okay, and next let's move on to blushes. These days selecting a blush is so hard because we have so many options, right? But let's make it easier for you. The first recommendation would be inside this 80 rupees blusher. Okay, I have the shade Dusty Rose and Caramel Eclair. With blushes, you only need a pinkish cool tone shade and a warm orangish coralish brownish shade. Okay, with these two you can live your entire life. Okay, and this is Dusty Rose, which is a mauvish pink sort of shade. This is Caramel Eclair, which is a burnt orange type of shade. If you're going in for warm looks, this would go better. If you're going in for cool toned looks, this would go better. Okay, and these two, if you have these two, then you're done for your entire life. Okay, and the next recommendation is something, if you are someone who loves to play around with makeup, then you must try this purple blush. I personally feel every brown girl must own a purple blush because it shows up as a nice, how to say, rosy color on your cheeks. It's so beautiful. If you are interested, like if you wish, you can skip this Dusty Rose and opt for this purple shade because it's going to give that rosy finish to your cheeks. So it is also a cool tone type of shade, so you can go for this Unicorn Sprinkles. By the way, the shade is Unicorn Sprinkles. Okay, the next is powder blush. I'm going to recommend two. Again, one is corally orangish toned blush and the other one is going to be a plum shade. Okay, if you are not into cream blushes and if you want a powder blush, then you can go for it. And if you are someone who loves blush, wants to extend the time period of blush, you get both cream and powder. Apply cream first and then top it off with powder blush. Okay, this one is Mars Flush of Love in shade 09. It is the perfect color you can get for your deep skin. Okay, looks so beautiful on deep skin. Okay, the perfect shade. It's more of a burnt orangey mellowish shade, perfect for deep skin. And this is Lakme Face It blush in shade Perfect Plum. It's more of a dark plumish shade. If you are dusky to deep, this would look really good on you. This blush is not that pigmented, so you have to build it up slowly, which is a good thing. Like beginners will benefit from this kind of pigmentation, but this blush is extremely highly pigmented, so you have to be very careful while applying this. Okay, next category is going to be bronzers, and for that I have only one recommendation. This is from Revolution. It's their super bronzer powder in the shade Oasis. This is a very good bronzing shade for me. The powder is very finely milled, blends very easily, doesn't look like you have done something on your outer perimeters. It looks very natural. It kind of merges into your skin. That also depends upon the shade you choose, so choose your shade wisely. If you are dusky, there is a shade called Gobi, I think, which is one shade lighter than this one. That would be perfect if you are dusky, but if you are deep, this is a very good shade. I love to use this on as a transition shade and also to bronze up my face. A very good bronzer at an affordable price, so love this one. And the next category is going to be face palette. It's extremely tough to find a face palette in India that at an affordable price, but this brand done it really good. Some improvements are needed, but still I will give it to the brand for how it is. It has tried and pushed a boundary. Okay, this is Mattlook's Tone and Glaze Sculpting Palette. I have the shade 03 Mega Sculpt. This is how the palette looks. You get two blush shades. I already said, right, you need to have a cool tone blush, warm tone, and a warm tone blush. You're done for your life. It is I mean, there is a cool toned pinkish blush, there is a warm toned orangish blush, and you have a highlighter which is more of a bronze gold. Okay, these kind of yellowish gold may wash out deep skin. This kind of bronze gold looks really beautiful, so very nice. And you also have a contour slash bronzing type of shade, which is one shade darker to my skin tone. I personally feel this particular palette will be suitable for oily skin more than dry skin because it's little on the powderier side, and also the highlighter is bit like little, not too finely milled, little bit chunkier, so you may need to work it. Okay, so yeah, as I already said, this is my genuine review about it, but I am appreciating the brand for coming up with something like this. Okay, so it's up to you whether you would buy it or not, but I would recommend it. Okay, because you can make it work. And the next recommendation is going to be highlighter recommendation, and I have to pause for a moment and ask sorry because I do pick my products from other room, come here and film. I did forget to pick a few products from the highlighter category and the setting mist category, but I'll explain, and I will I mean, I'm pretty much sure that I will leave full names here. You will be able to find them. Okay, yeah, starting with highlighter category, we have three different shades which we usually use in makeup, right? First is champagne, second is gold, third is rose gold. Okay, champagne and gold is highly preferred for deep skin, but to me, in my opinion, you can also make rose gold work for you. Okay, I'm going to give one recommendation in each shade. Okay, the first recommendation is going to be the champagne highlighter recommendation. For that, I have Insights cream highlighter in the shade 02 Moonstone Bliss. It's a cream highlighter and it's 100 rupees 100. Okay, so it blends out very beautifully, and it does not leave any speck of glitter or any chunkiness on your face. Okay, it highlights very beautifully. You look like you glow from within. Very beautiful highlighter. You can also use it on your eyelids. It kind of looks like your something is glistening on your skin. It is not like highlighty or anything like that. Very beautiful and glistening. Okay, and the next highlighter I'm going to prefer for people who love golden highlighters. Okay, this is the OG and the GOAT in the highlighter category. That is your Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. Such an amazing highlighter. Like, honestly, there is nothing that equals the amount of blinginess that particular highlighter gives. Okay, you can use it as a beaming highlighter. You can also subtle it down. That's the beauty of that particular highlighter, I would say. If you are a bride or a wedding guest, don't look any further, just order that highlighter. Okay, and the next shade is Rose Gold. Rose gold is something that may wash out deep skin, but still you have to choose the right rose gold shade. You cannot choose a lightish pinkish rose gold because that will definitely wash out your skin, but more of a deepish subtle rose golds will look really good on deep skin. Okay, one thing is the Mars Wonder highlighter in shade rose gold. That is a very beautiful highlighter. Again, very finely milled, looks very beautiful on your skin. Again, that is a highlighter which you can use it in a subtle way to get that glow from within sort of a look, and you can also build it up to get that beaming highlighting look. Okay, and the next recommendation is going to be something like a palette. If you are not really sure about which shade of highlighter you should go for, then these kind of palettes will really help. I have this Insight Glow highlighter palette in shade B. Okay, it also comes in a shade called A, but I personally feel B is more appropriate for deep skin. This is more of a, this shade is more of a deep champagne. Here it's deep rose goldish color. This is a bronzy goldish color. This one will not work for deep skin, so you have to work around these three shades. Okay, a very beautiful highlighter. Again, blends out very smoothly, looks like you're glowing from within, and doesn't leave any chunky or glittery particles on your face. Very, very, very beautiful highlighter. Okay, and under budget, you get 4 shades for just under 300 rupees. So amazing. Okay, next comes setting spray. I didn't even pick one setting mist while I was transporting my products from there to here. So the first spray is Mars Wonder spray. The mist is so fine, it won't leave any blotches on your makeup. So that's the reason why I love that setting mist so much. It also makes your makeup last longer while melting down powders and everything. The beauty about that setting spray is it won't turn your makeup as dewy or matte, anything like that. It maintains that natural finish, which is something I really love. And the next spray is Swiss Beauty spray, which is the black bottle. Okay, Swiss Beauty has got so many sprays. The black bottle I'm speaking about, it's called natural setting mist. I think it gives a natural finish. It's not too dewy and not natural, somewhere in between, little bit on the dewier side. It again makes your makeup last longer. So a good setting. That was my first ever setting spray and I really loved using it. I still use it. So a very good setting mist. The third recommendation is from Blue Heaven. It's their Prep and Fix setting mist. Again, a setting mist I really love using. It's again not something that will make you look so dewy, not natural, somewhere in between dewy and natural. Okay, little bit on the dewier side. I love the way it melts the makeup and make it look like my skin. And after setting mist, we have our eyebrow category. I have 3 eyebrow pencils to recommend. The first one is Miss Claire's waterproof eyebrow pencil. I have the shade dark brown 02. Okay, it's a nice waxy pencil which has got a spoolie on the other end, so very feasible to do your eyebrow. It is not that waterproof or smudge proof, it smudges a bit, but I personally feel this is a very good eyebrow pencil to go for. Okay, so if you are looking for an eyebrow pencil under budget, then this is the best one to go for. Then we have Mars Eyebrow eyebrow pencil in shade black. I use the shade black. Okay, so it is the most precise eyebrow pencil in the affordable category. Okay, the nib is so fine, like extremely fine. It makes it easier for you to draw hair-like strokes, and it lasts really long. And the next eyebrow pencil is from Inside Cosmetics. It's their smudge-free eyebrow pencil. This is in the shade brown. I also have the shade black with me, but brown is most appropriate for many skin tones out there because the black in this is so pigmented and creamy. This has the right amount of pigmentation and waxiness. Okay, I love my eyebrow pencils to be waxy more than creamy, so this is nice and waxy. Okay, lasts very long, but it is little bit on the drier side, but it helps for beginners because if it is creamy and easy to apply, highly pigmented, then you would make your eyebrows very dark. That's not what we expect, no. So always go for pencils that are waxier and also has medium pigmentation. You don't need that much of a pigmentation from a eyebrow pencil. Okay, and next comes eyeliner. I have 2 recommendations. I am not someone who is huge on eyeliners, so I'm just recommending from whatever I have used. Okay, first is Lakme Iconic. I think it's one of the staples, like their Insta liner, this one, both are like staples. This is better than the Insta liner, so I will recommend you to get this one. Has pitch black sort of a shade, and it is very easy to apply. This this type of, what is this, wand or something, it's very easy for you to apply your eyeliner. I really love this one. Also lasts long. Okay, and also last long. Okay, next one is Inside's pen eyeliner. This is in the shade brown. It's a dark brown eyeliner. The finish of this is slightly on the dewy side, like the glowy finish thing, but I really love this. It shows up on deep skin. Okay, so if you are a skin tone that is near to mine, then you can go for this brown liner because it shows up, it doesn't look stark. I think that's the beauty about brown liners. It doesn't look stark, but at the same time it gives a nice soft definition. I don't have any recommendations from mascara category because I only use Mars Fabulash if I want volumizing effect, and I use some other like from In Color. It's a very simple mascara from In Color Cosmetics. That is something I use when I'm using lashes. Okay, I'm not much into mascara because they dry out very easily. You have to change it so often, so I buy mascaras that are under ₹200 and then I throw it within 3 to 4 months and I buy the same again. Okay, so that's how I am. So I don't have much mascara recommendations to make. Okay, next I am going to give you eyelashes recommendation. Okay, the first one is from Bronze On Professional. It is their 5-pair eyelash pack. The variant I have is 201. This is a very natural looking lashes. Okay, if you want a natural looking eyelashes, then go for it. And the next recommendation is from Mars. It's their 02 Classic Girl. It is not natural, at the same time it's not too glamorous, somewhere in between. If you're doing a neutral eye look, this can go really well, especially if you have small eyes like mine. This would be perfect. And the next variant again from Mars, it's 12 Party Ready. It's more of a how to say, a little bit more glamorous than the Classic Girl. If you have eyes like mine, which is semi-hooded and small, this Party Ready will go really well with your glam makeup looks, and Classic Girl will go really well with your neutral type eye looks, and Bronze On's this one will go well with your normal natural eye looks. Okay, you have to choose one. And next is eyelash glue. This one is from Swiss Beauty. I used it and I really love this one. So if you are looking for a nice eyelash glue, then Swiss Beauty Pro Eyelash Glue is the one. And the next category is lip liner, and I do have 4 recommendations. First one is of course Mars Edge of Desire lip liner. If you are looking for brown shades, Choco Butter, Brown Mocha and Deep Dawn, these 3 shades are the perfect brown shades for nude lip liner. First, Choco Butter is this shade right here. It's if you are deep skin, then this is a very good shade for you. Then next shade is Brown Mocha, which is this one. If you have fair to dusky skin, then Brown Mocha can be your perfect lip liner. And the next shade that we have is Deep Dawn, which is this shade. Again, if you have fair to dusky skin, Deep Dawn will be really good. If you have deep skin, then this Choco Butter is the only shade from Mars range that will be perfect for your nude lipstick, to pair with your nude lipstick. Okay, then we have 3 more. The second one is from Miss Claire. It's their Glimmer Sticks for lips. The shade I have is 17 Chocolate. This one is again a very dark brown shade, but this particular pencil is not as creamy as the Mars one. Every deep skin girl will love it. Okay, the next lip liner is the OG Swiss Beauty Dark Chocolate. Again, a very good lip liner to pair with your nude lipsticks. Brown lipstick is a must have for deep skin, and these shades are like good. Okay, and next one is from Mattlook. It's their coffee shade, like dark coffee, and this is again a nice dark brown shade, perfect to use with your nude lipsticks if you are deep skin. If you are fair to dusky, you can also buy them, that's your wish. Okay, so but especially deep skin people need a brown lip liner. And the next category is Kajal category. I have 3 recommendations. One is very affordable, like around 100. One is around 300. One is around 500. Okay, so yeah, we are going to see one by one. This one is from Inside. It's their Intense Kajal. This range has got I think 4 to 5 shades. I have 2 shades with me. One is brown, the other one is nude. This is nicely pigmented and it goes on very smoothly. It kind of lasts longer, like for 3 to 4 hours, not more than that, but a very good kajal for the price range. Okay, and the next kajal in the 300 category is this Mars Gel Eyeliner. This one is highly pigmented and lasts pretty well. Comes in 8 or 9 different shades, so you can choose a shade according to your will. Okay, and the next one is Plum's Nature Studio Kajal. This is again the OG and the GOAT, right? Highly pigmented, lasts pretty well, and if you have very sensitive eyes, you can go for this one. Skip those 2 and go for this one. Okay, and the next category is every girl's favorite, that is lipstick. I do have 7 recommendations. I mean, I can recommend lipsticks non-stop, but if you ask me what to buy right away, then I would say these 7. Okay, so let's look into it one by one. First, I'm going to recommend shades that are appropriate for this season, which is this darkish mahogany-ish reddish type of shade. The first one is Lakme's Forever Matte in shade Rich Mahogany. This is a very deep brown plus maroon. Okay, so it's perfect for deep skin. Okay, now this can be intimidating for some people, but I would say it's the perfect lipstick that a deep skin girl can ever have, and also season appropriate, winter season appropriate shade it is. Okay, this range, the Lakme Forever Matte, feels very comfortable on your lips. It doesn't dry out your lips and lasts for about 4 hours or so. When you eat, it kind of wears off from the centers. You need to reapply it, but reapplication also goes smoothly. Okay, and the next season appropriate brownish red is, that one is a matte recommendation, matte deep reddish brown recommendation, and this one is from Very Miss. It's their saddle brown shade. Okay, it's for I think 120 rupees or so. This is a brownish deep red type of shade. It's actually a brown, but there is a hint of red in it. It's a creamy matte variant. So if you are someone who is not into matte lipsticks, then this can be a perfect winter season shade for you. Okay, and next, one more bold shade I have is from PAC. It's their matte mini, retro matte mini in shade The Grind. This bold shade is a unique shade because this has got a lot of plum tone in it. Okay, it has got a lot of plum tone in it, but you will be able to see little bit of maroon and little bit of brown in it. So it's more of a mix and a beautiful shade for deep skin people again. It feels very comfortable on your lips, lasts very long and very affordable. Okay, so make sure to check it out. And next, let's speak about brown nude lipsticks. Okay, so these two are like my recent favorite. This one is Renee's Play of Clay. The mini one and the full size one have different shades. Okay, I have uploaded a video on it. I will leave the link over here. It's more of a mauvish brown shade, the bigger size. The smaller size will be mauvish brown with hint of purple. Both of them are very beautiful shades for deep skin. Like if you are looking for a brown nude shade, then this can be the perfect shade for you. Okay, and the next brown nude is from Plum. It's their crayon lipstick in the shade 129 Double Truffle. Now this is more of a brown which has got little bit of warmer undertone. Now this is a mauvish brown, more towards the cooler side, and this is a warm brown nude. Okay, so and it's also crayon lipstick which is very comfortable on the lips. You need a brown lip liner with this. Renee lipstick, you don't need a brown lip liner, but with this you need a brown lip liner. It sits very comfortable on your lips, lasts pretty well, but you need to reapply, and it's not a problem with crayon lipsticks to reapply, so you can. Okay, and next we have two nudes. Okay, the first one is Pilgrim's Matte Me Up. This is in the shade Nude Obsessed. This is more of a pale nude. I need a brown lipstick and then I can apply this one. It's more of a pale nude sort of a shade which has got a little bit of brown, little bit of peach, and very slight tone of pink in it. So very beautiful nude shade. I really love to use it. And one thing about this lipstick is that it is extremely long lasting and also feels nice and light on your lips. So I love this. And the next shade is from PAC. It's their Timeless Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is the shade Rose Tea. Okay, now this is more of a shade that will look differently on different skin tone. Okay, if you have fair skin, this would be a nice orangish orangish brown shade. If you have a medium to dusky skin, this would be a peachish brownish shade like that. And if you have deep skin, it's more of a warm orangish nude, like a peachish nude. Okay, so you definitely need a brown lipstick or a lip liner to work with this. I really love how the finish is, how it sits on the lips, but you have to be you have to think twice before choosing this shade, because as I already mentioned, it's going to look like a peachish nude. So you can go and select other shades also if you wish, but I personally love this shade. I love the way it sits on my lips too. Very comfortable and also very long lasting. So yeah. Next we have two nail paint recommendation. These two are I personally love to wear them during winter time and also during festival time. Okay, this is Nykaa Vegan in shade Figging Awesome. I've already recommended this enough. Okay, and the next one is Nykaa Matte nail paint. This is in the shade Purple. This is a purple shade, yeah, Royal Amethyst. I love this shade. You people must check this one out. It's a dark purple shade, feels gothic and dark feminine. So I love this shade. And next we have makeup brush recommendation. Now I wanted to do a separate video on makeup brush, but since the sale is going, if at all you find them on good offers, make sure to grab these makeup brushes. Okay, so let's go one by one. First one is Color Bars Blenditude. This is little dirty because I didn't wash it after usage. So it's a very good beauty blender if you are looking for an affordable beauty blender. It kind of blends without absorbing your products. So a good beauty blender to own. Okay, next is this foundation brush. You can also use it to blend your concealer and blush. This is PAC 231. It literally worn off because I've used it and washed it that much. Very soft, and if you have sensitive skin, this is a perfect foundation brush you can ever get for yourself. And the next one is Mars Artist Arsenal brush. This is their powder brush BRF01. This is like a powder brush. Okay, you can use it to set your under eyes, blush, and also highlighter. You can also use this to apply your bronzer. Okay, Mars Artist Arsenal is a very good range. You can also try to pick some other brush. I would also recommend you to check this their dense highlighter brush, which is BRF04, which is a dupe for pack 219. Okay, if you feel pack 219 is out of your budget, then this one can be your perfect thing. I really love Mars Artist Arsenal. They are actually those brushes are really of good quality, and they do have quite some good variants. Okay, and the next brush is Faces Canada blush brush. This is the perfect brush if you want to apply your bronzer. If you are someone who is into bronzer, if you regularly bronzer, try this brush. It sits on the right places, and it makes your bronzer application very easy. I also love to apply my blush using this. Sits really nicely on your cheeks. Love this one. Next is pack 272. This is the best concealer brush available out there. Like, check this one out. I mean, you need to get this one. Okay, and next we have two eye brushes. One is Insight blending brush. This is to blend your transition. It's very soft, picks up the color very nicely, also helps you to blend it very easily. If you have a small eyelid space also, this is very feasible, so I love that one. And next is a brush for your lower lash line. If you are someone who is looking to do your lower lash line without missing your under eyes, then this is the one. This is Miss Claire's Yum 21. This is a smudger brush, but I love to use this to do my under eyes. Okay, and those were all makeup brushes recommendation. Now we have two more tools. Okay, these are hair tools. The first one is a wooden comb. If you are able to find a wooden comb under budget and on offer during the sale, make sure to grab it. Okay, wooden combs are extremely good for your scalp, especially if it is made out of neem. It's good. Okay, and the next tool recommendation is Vega's 3-in-1 hair styler, which will have a straightening thing and also crimping thing and also curling thing. If you are like me, who is not so much into hairstyling but needs something to style some, I mean, then and there, then this can be your perfect thing, because you just going to spend some amount and you will get all three. Okay, and the last category, actually I forgot to show these, is going to be eyeshadow palettes. How did I forget eyeshadow palette? Like I don't even know. Okay, so we have some 6 to 7 recommendations. Okay, so the first one is Mars Jashne Shringer. I have recommended this palette so many times. This has got the right mix of neutrals and colorful eyeshadows. The pigmentation is great, the blendability is great, and you get 3 different textures. A perfect eyeshadow to own. Next one is Revolution's Neutrals 3. Okay, this is a palette which every deep skin girl should own, because every shade will show up on you. Okay, you can create neutral looks with this. A good palette to own. One more neutral palette I will recommend is from Wet n Wild. It's their 9-pan palette in the shade My Glamour Squad. A good palette. Okay, in that particular palette you will get neutral shades in cool and warm tones. Okay, with one palette you can live your entire life. And the next one is Huda Beauty's palette. If you can, I mean, it's your wish. I'm not I'm giving it as a recommendation because the palette is so good. Okay, you can choose a shade according to your wish. I have the Love Fest one. You can go for nude rich or nude medium, like nude or brown obsession or any obsession as per your choice. Okay, and the next, if you want a nice eyeshadow palette under budget, then Swiss Beauty Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. Like, this is something which I've recommended for the past 4 to 5 years, I think. So such a beautiful palette to own. And next we have single eyeshadows. I have 2 with me. Okay, one is Pigment Place Loose Glitter. This is very finely milled, so when you apply you don't get any fallouts or such. Okay, I have the shade Candy Gold, which is a goldish pinkish sort of a shade. It is more of a duochrome. You get shifts in this. Okay, and the next single eyeshadow is something that I brought wrongly. I wanted to recommend the Inside Liquid eyeshadow in shade Very Nude, which is similar to this shade, so I got confused and picked this one. This is e.l.f.'s Flirty Birdie, but you don't need to buy this. This is for about 650 or so. Inside's Very Nude, the liquid eyeshadow Very Nude is for 150 rupees. The shade is very similar. Okay, so buy that one. Okay, not this one. So that was my last recommendation, and with that we wrap the Pink Friday sale recommendations. Let me know if you have any recommendations for me in the comments. Okay, I would love to try your recommendations and I will let you know how it worked for me. And that is it. I will meet you all in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.